guys, me host Super Sorrow, thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got Atmosphere Iron Man and Stealth Captain America. And these are from the Joe Fix-It wave as a part of Gamerverse Wave 2. So these are from the new video game, The Avengers, that's been out for Xbox and PlayStation for a little while now. And these are from Wave 2. This is the Atmosphere Iron Man, which, if I bring this one over here so you can still see me, it says, Tony Stark developed his cutting-edge atmosphere armor to defend the world against catastrophic threats. And I can't wait to review that one. And then, Stealth Captain America. Injected with experimenter super soldier serum, Steve Rogers has the peak potential and strength and endurance and dexterity. Okay, doesn't explain why he's got stealth armor, but okay. Let's open these bad boys up, guys, and get closer to the figure. So, I have also got a MCU version of Iron Man with me. I've got the two heads I want to do some head swapping with. Okay. Stealth Iron Man. Move these little accessory bits out of the way. Figure time. Okay, so we have the stealth cap here. His armor this time around looks to me very much like it's still got that like SWAT appearance to it, but I really like this like darkened version of the armor. It looks very cool. You could imagine that if like when Cap's gone and stuff like that, and you know in the comics when he died as well, you can imagine like there's like the Shield used the armor, the armor of Captain America as like homage to him for their like guards and stuff. You can imagine this just being a regular guard, the way he's dressed and stuff. It's just like a basic flat jacket style armor. So it does look very cool though. I'm liking the design of it. Like I say, it's very SWAT inspired for me, and it's got the very nice face sculpt actually. I really like that sculpt. But what I want to try, and I love the fact that I can do this with Marvel Legends. First of all, they gave us the actual cap. Ooh, that's stiff. They gave us the actual cap head that goes with this one, that matches with sort of the helmet and stuff. So that's very cool. But I want to try. It actually looks really good. So I've gone ahead and added the Steve Rogers head there from the MCU. Bit of Chris action, and it looks good, you know. Not mad at that. Of course, it comes with a shield as well. This time round, it's a little bit of a different shield. The star's more defined on this one. You can still place that on his back as usual. So you pop that on his back as usual. That's pretty cool. Or it's got the usual clasp on there, so you can pop that up and attach it to his wrist. But be careful, because the plastic will eventually just snap. I've had that on a lot of issues with I've had a lot of issues with these over the years. If you try and put it on like a bigger part of the arm, the plastic doesn't warp very well and will just snap, so be careful. Yeah, but there he is. It's not bad with that face sculpt on, I quite like it. When we go down to the desk cam, I'll definitely take some photos with these alternate heads on, just so you guys can see them. It does not want to stay on though, that the shield pops off quite regular. It's gone again. That's going to do my head in. We'll place the regular head back on for now. Doesn't pop on that, it just kind of slides on. So the head is on a ball joint. This one, so you can make him look up and down, as well as left and right, very stiff. Arms do lift with that top hinge, and this little piece here does stop it, but it does slightly go over the top to stop scuffage. But you can rotate his arm as well. There is a double hinged elbow there that also rotates. So a lot of articulation there. There's also the waist swivel here. There's the abdomen crunch. The legs do lift out pretty wide, as well as forwards, backwards, top thigh cut there. We've got double hinge knees. The feet also have a boot cut and a rocket and pivot in the feet. And the feet do have little holes in should you wish to use a display base. Not that you need to. I've never had the need really with many Marvel Legends. It's usually the female figures more than the male ones. The men figure, the male figures seem to have that more chunkiness to them, whereas the female figures do tend to be skinnier a lot of the time, thinner. So I do struggle with them over the years. Once their legs have gone floppy, it's impossible to stand them. Especially when they've given them like the pump heels and stuff like that. It just makes them impossible to stand. He does also come with some alternate hands, because at the moment, as you can see, he's got one grippable hand and then one fisticuffed hand, which I don't mind. But you can use the alternate, so he's got the fisticuffed hand and the gun hand, or whatever you want to call it, the gripping hand, for the alternate hand as well. So you could have 2 fisticuffs, 2 gripping hands, whatever you want. I like the combination of the 1 fisticuff with the grip, so I'll be leaving that as is. Now it's time to move on to Iron Man. He's the same at the moment. He comes with 2 hands that are open palmed, but yeah, you can change them to have his fisticuff blue hands on as well. So I'm going to go change that straight away, because I really don't like all Iron Man figures seem to come with the same hands on them, and it drives me nuts. So I tend to have 1 open palm, and I'll have 1 fisticuff. I don't like when both hands are like this all the time. It just doesn't look natural. So he has got holes in his hand, by the way, so you can use some of those accessory pieces that we've been getting recently to port into his hand and things like that, so that's pretty cool. This, to me, again, looks like it could be a repainted version of that, like, 2020 style Iron Man again. Just with that big chest piece over the top. It looks like it's hiding the gear pieces to me. It could be from a similar mould. Articulation, I think it's going to be the exact same as Cap. Although the head does not rotate backwards at all. I can get him to do. Oh, there we go. The pegs needed a little bit of warming up. So you can make him look up a little bit. It's about as much up as you're going to get out of it. Hindered a lot by these pieces, but it does work. You can popped his arm out of socket already. Wow. So you lift them up. That didn't even need any hot water to pop that off. You normally need to heat that up to pop off the arms. Jeez. But his arms only lift up so far because of these pieces, as well as forwards. There's a double hinged elbow attached to these figures. Hand joint, crunch there. Is there a waist swivel? Looks like there should be a waist swivel. There's a line there at the abdomen, but it doesn't look like it's got no activated swivel on it. But there is a line there, but there's no hinge. Legs do lift out, as well as forwards, backwards, top thigh cut, double hinge knee, and the feet are on rocker and pivot. Again, holes in his feet should you wish to use a display base. Both figures have very similar articulation. It's just the Cap does have the waist swivel, whereas Iron Man doesn't. And if I pop the first head off of Iron Man, we can use the unmasked head sculpt that did come with the figure, which is this one, which is very nice. It's very nicely detailed. I like that. Sorry, it just makes me laugh because it looks like one of my friends. It just makes me laugh every time I look at it. Yeah, it looks very good. I like it. But the thing we all want to see: how does Robert Downey Jr. look on it? It works, just like the Cap one did. So you can add the Robert Downey Jr. head if you wish. Actually, him in this blue costume is pretty cool if you had Pepper Potts with him. Pepper Potts' costume is blue as well. It looked really cool. Having them side by side. Nice. These do look very good. Right guys, without further ado, let's head on down to the desk cam to give you guys an up-close personal look at these figures. So let's go to the desk cam! Alright guys, so here is Steve Rogers, Captain America, the stealth armor, out of the packaging from the Gamerverse. I have the game, I'm yet to play it though, I still need to play this one. It looks great though in this armor, I really do like the stealth armor. A lot of people didn't like the armor from this game, but I actually like it. It's very different from most Captain America armors. So, I do like these ones. As much as I moan that we get a Captain America and Iron Man in every series, I do always end up pre-ordering them. I can't help myself. I do like to expand upon my Iron Man armory. And it never hurts to have a Steve Rogers thrown in. As well, I like this one because it could be easily customised to be something else other than a Captain America. If you took the helmet off, put a regular masked face on there, and covered up the star on the chest, it could pass as any other just generic bad guy for fighting in a firefight. So, I do like that. So, for action figure photography, I can use this figure for other things. But he does look so cool. Let's do some head swapping on this one as well. So, this is the regular head. This is the regular unmasked head for the Gamerverse figure. And finally, here's the MCU version of Chris's head on this body. Looks pretty decent with that head sculpt on. I've got to admit, I do like it. It does look very cool. What are your thoughts on the head swaps on this one? Let me know in the comments. Is this figure you want to pick up for yourself? I'd love to hear back from you. Let's bring in Iron Man though and have some more fun. Alright guys, here is Iron Man out of the packaging, looking awesome as well. Loving the blue armour, very nice. So, atmosphere armour, guessing that's so he can fly in, you know, just outside of the atmosphere more or less. And yeah, because obviously in the first Avengers movie, he had that moment where he had to take that bomb out and he nearly died and stuff like that. So, obviously there's been several instances where we've had like a spacesuit or an atmosphere suit. I think that's what this is meant to be for. It's that kind of him preparing for things for the future. Which incidentally didn't save him in the MCU when he was in space and lost. It's quite cool. But loving this armor piece. It's a very good armor. I like it. And like I said, if you had Pepper Potts with this, it'd look very cool. So let's do some head swaps fun. So this is the regular head. This is the unmasked head that came with the figure for Tony Stark. And here's an older Robert Downey Jr. head on there as well, just for good measure. But what are your thoughts on this Iron Man as well? Do you think you'll be grabbing one of these for your collection? Let me know in the comments. So guys, what are your thoughts on these two? Is it going to be one that you'll be getting for your collection? I'd love to hear back from you and your thoughts on these figures. And whether you think they're decent enough additions to warrant another Captain America and Iron Man in the collection. I'm going to go with yes. The costumes are different enough for me to warrant grabbing a second version of this figure. Like I said, I do like improving my armory though of Iron Man, so I'm a bit biased. But guys, let me know your thoughts on these two in the comments down below. And let's go back to the main cam and finish off today's video. So guys, that's another Marvel Legends video done for today. We did 2 for 1 this time. Hope you enjoyed that on this video. I'm going to do that again in another video in a couple of days as we try and battle through these waves that I've got outstanding so I can get to the other things we have to review. It's insane the amount of product we've got right now for review. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. We've got plenty more Marvel Legends stuff coming up, including those X-Men 2 packs. I've got a lot of them coming up, the Nimrod 3 pack. We've still got some of the Fox 10-year anniversary, sorry, 20, is it 20 years anniversary, 10 years? We've still got the Magneto and Professor X pack to do. And then once we've done the Marvel Legends, then we can start on the Star Wars and all the goody stuff behind us that we've still got big piles of in the corner. So stay tuned, plenty of content still to come, some great things coming this Christmas as well. A few brand deals as well coming up that we're going to be really cool, including Batman amongst other things, so stay tuned for all that good stuff. But guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, I'm your host, Super Sorrel, and I'll see you in the next video. May the Force be with you. Bye!